sum it up. This is a summary of what I had to say.
RESETT concentrates essentially on the question of governance. We draw a distinction between government and governance. Government is, of course, we have a body of people who are called the government, and they provide government of whatever kind. Governance is how they do it.
We all want to live like lords, whether we can't or can't afford.
It came into my mind in late 2014, actually, a little over 3 years ago, that we spend a lot of time in the country complaining. We spend too much time in the country complaining, pointing fingers at this one, that one, the other one, etc., but not really doing anything about the complaints. So I got together a small group of people just to discuss the matter informally. They said, well, if something has to be done, what can be done to pull the country up?
In 2015, in June, we formally launched RESETT with 2 T's, R-E-S-E-T-T, meaning, of course, Trinidad and Tobago, 1962. Some people say, why 62? Is it that everything was hunky-dory and good in 1962? Of course it was not. It was independence. We were faced with a number of challenges. We didn't necessarily know what those challenges were, let alone how to deal with them. We had to work hard.
We've been independent for 55 years, going to be 56, and clearly not all of our objectives have been achieved. I would have been born before the independence, so independence would have been something, it's not something we always thought about, but as I grew up, it meant how do you build a country?
So we came up with a number of criteria as to how the population of the country could be more creatively and productively involved in the governance of Trinidad and Tobago. It has to be information, proper information.
I think it is very, very important, these type of meetings, to spread good knowledge and good information to the population at large by professionals and technocrats in the know in an unambiguous, unbiased way, so that people can make decisions using this wider portfolio of information for the collective benefit of the economy.
When you listen to some of the people and you listen to some of the call-in shows, you want to weep, because it is clear that the people calling in don't have an idea of what they're talking about. They're simply repeating something they've heard and no doubt distorted. And quite often, it is distorted through a political lens and through a racial lens as well.
You have to have consultation.
We have been since 26th of May 2017 trying to get a final meeting with the present administration. So only because we compiled a list to people to name and shame, we were actually allowed to meet with the minister, the current Minister of Finance.
How are we going to get the politicians? I don't think it's about hearing us anymore. They know what we're saying, and they also know what they want to do. How do we bridge that gap? How do we get them to do what is right or what is necessary?
Governments are very good at getting up and saying, we have decided such and such for you. But no one has asked us anything. We, the people, they haven't asked us. Even when you have town meetings, quite often it is that they've already decided what they're going to do, and they try to shift the meeting's views in a particular direction. You have to have accountability. Governments and the directors have to account to the people, not merely say, we have done that for you, or we are going to do that for you, or whatever it is. They must account. And the people finally must have control of the process. It's people.
Mr. Dumas himself continues to fight actively for the rights of citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, most recently by his Privy Council victory against the state, where he was initially prevented from challenging the legitimacy of selections by the President to the Police Service Commission because he had a lack of standing in the case. A point he took all the way to the Privy Council and won.
You come to me and you ask me for my vote, and then you turn around and say, I'm going to decide and think for you. I'm sorry, I have a problem.
We've been in this position before as a developing country, and we find ourselves in a situation where we quite haven't made up our minds in what direction do we ought to travel. We know where we would like to go, but to do that you have to make some steps.
Now the idea is not that there'll be any maximum leader. There's always a suspicion that we want to start a political party. That's always a suspicion on the part of the politicians that you want to form a political party. Of course, nothing could be further from the truth. The idea is to get people involved in their nation building. They can go back to their communities. They can meet in small groups, just 5-6 people, you know, in a particular community or more, to talk about not only the community but also about the country. Where in which direction is the community headed, in which direction is the country heading. Instead of complaining, let us try to do something about it. Now this is a continuing process. So after I am dead, after you are dead, one hopes that this thing will be continuing to get the country moving in the right direction.
PG, we can't understand. We're going right back into our next verse. I hope that everything went all right. I'm glad that you all came out tonight. You didn't come by the way. You come to hear what they had to say. And I was really, really glad for you to hear all of your input too. And this is what I want you to know that would make a better Trinbago when we crying, and we buying, while we buying, you know we crying.